this video, we'll take a close look at a class of offensive movements without the ball called cutting. These moves are used to create space between you and your defender so that you'll be open to receive a pass. Cut moves have several elements in common. All involve a change of direction along with a change of speed. They also involve another key element: surprise. Only you will know when your cut will begin, and that fact alone will give you a small amount of separation. We'll look at the flare cut, the V cut, the L cut, and the backdoor cut. We'll also look at how a good fake pass can free up a teammate for an easy shot. I'll use terms like outside foot and inside arm. Outside always means away from the direction of the cut, or on the outside of the turn. First, let's look at the flare cut. The flare cut starts close to the free throw lane and ends out on the perimeter. In our example, we'll begin the movement from the elbow of the lane, but you could just as easily begin the move from down on the blocks. Begin by assuming a good athletic stance and putting your body on your defender. Expect that there will be some mutual pushing. When you begin your move, you will push off with both the foot, shoulder, and upper arm closest to your opponent. Don't push with your hand or forearm. By pushing with your shoulder and upper arm, you will get yourself moving one way and your defender moving the other, without being called for a pushing violation. While you push off with your outside foot, step out with your inside foot. Don't rotate on the ball of your outside foot. It'll just delay your start and give your defender extra time to recover. Instead, push off with the side of your outside foot. Stay low to keep your center of gravity low, and quickly rotate your hips to face the direction you're cutting. Throw your outside hand to help you rotate your hips and get an explosive start. Extend your inside hand to indicate where you'd like to receive the pass. As you reach the end of your cut, catch the ball and jump stop with both feet. Pivot forward on your baseline foot and assume a triple threat or low threat position. You can also perform a reverse pivot on your baseline foot into a triple threat position. Use your opponent's momentum in trying to catch up to you against them by initiating your move to the basket just as your defender reaches you. Next, let's look at the L cut. The L cut gets its name from the shape of the cut. Basically, it's a cut that changes direction by 90 degrees. Begin just outside the block and start jogging toward the ball, in this case toward the elbow of the lane. Get up close to your defender. As you approach the point where you will make the cut, reach forward and outward with your outside foot. This will get your body low in preparation for the cut. Bring your inside foot forward, but don't put it on the ground. Instead, swing it in the direction of your cut, pushing off your outside foot just as you would with a flare cut. The rest of the move is just the same as the flare cut. That first step out of the cut should be explosive. That's where you'll get most of the separation from your defender. The V cut is exactly like an L cut, except that you turn further when you make your cut. The V cut gets its name from the shape of the cut. Note that it's called a V cut and not an I cut. It's critical that you not return on the same line you started with. If you stay on the same line, it's easier for your defender to stay with you. Begin on the perimeter and even with the free throw line. Start jogging toward the elbow of the lane. Get up close to your defender. As you approach the point where you will make your cut, reach forward with your foot and turn it slightly inward. You want your foot to hit the floor perpendicular to the direction of your cut, so it's ready to push off. Turn your hips sharply and explode forward with your inside foot. Finish your move just as you did with the flare cut. The backdoor cut is sometimes referred to as a basket cut, primarily because the cut finishes with the player moving toward the basket. Any cut that results in a final movement toward the basket can be called a backdoor or basket cut. We'll begin this move just like an L cut, but instead of completing the cut with a movement out to the wing, we'll immediately cut back to the basket. Start by jogging toward the elbow. Instead of cutting at the elbow and continuing to the wing, plant your first or third step, rotating your lead foot sideways to point at the ball, and cut off that foot with an explosive step toward the basket. Extend your hand to indicate where you'd like to receive the pass. Be ready to take the ball all the way to the basket or dump off to a teammate whose defender has come to guard you. The backdoor cut is most effective when you've already performed several L cuts and the defender is expecting you to perform one more. The give and go is another form of basket or backdoor cut. You pass the ball to your teammate, hesitate momentarily, causing your defender to relax, and then cut to the basket. What do you do if your defender manages to stay very close to you as you flare or cut? Your teammate with the ball can help you get separation from your defender. They do that by pretending to pass the ball to you. In other words, your teammate performs a pass fake. The fake will cause your defender to lean in the direction of the path they think the ball will follow. When you see your teammate fake a pass to you, you should immediately cut back in the direction you were coming from. This is actually a general rule for how you should respond to a pass fake. Always cut in the direction opposite to the one you were going. In summary, change speed from slow to fast when changing direction. Make contact with your defender at the point of the cut. Stay low as you approach the cut and as you start the cut. Push off the side of your outside foot. Don't rotate on the ball of that foot. Do rotate your hips at the start of the cut to face the direction you're sprinting. Make the first step out of the cut a big, explosive one. Cutting and picking or screening can be found anywhere on the court where an offensive player needs to get separation from a defensive player in order to get open for a pass. One of the most common places to see a cut move is during sideline or end line out of bounds plays. If you don't get open with one cut, cut again in the opposite direction. Your teammate with the ball can make things a bit easier by faking a pass to you. Be ready to cut immediately when you see the fake. Continue to cut until you've created separation from your opponent. Finally, keep your shoelaces tight and the soles of your shoes clean. It's tough to make a hard cut if your feet are sliding inside your shoes and your shoes are sliding on the court.